Hey everybody, good morning. How are you? I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Today it's not being as friendly. Okay, there we go. Alright guys, happy Friday. We are ending off the week yet again. And we are ready to conquer some weekend fun. Get some holiday shopping out of the way. Relax, hopefully. Whatever it is we are doing, I am ready for it. So you guys know it's Friday for me. It's another vendor day. So you guys are going to get ready and we're going to have some fun with some Fiction Pro Store products. And we're going to mesh in those products with Tarte products because it is a work day. So first thing I'm going to do is put on some primer on top of all of my skincare and skin prep. This is going to be the First Day Beauty Oil-Free Mattifying Gel, which is really cool because it actually still hydrates. And that's something that a lot of matte primers are missing. So I want to say today my eye look at least, is slightly inspired by Pat McGrath Labs. I was doing some Christmas scouting for myself and looking at the palettes that she still had available that I wanted to grab up soon. And just the colors stand out to me. It wasn't even so much a look, it was just her color scheme that really stands out to me in her palettes. And I just love the shades and the richness of rust and cools and the mixtures of neutrals she puts together. So as I was up trying to get a little bit of rest and looking into that last night, I found myself getting some inspiration for today's live and get ready with me video today here on YouTube. So here we are. I'm going to go ahead and start brushing my brows up. I was looking for some nice relaxing jazz music for the morning, but I thought let's get some mixture of sounds going on in here so we can kick off the day right. I'm just going in with Tarte's Busy Gal Brows Brow Gel. This is in medium brown. And I'm just brushing through. I had some morning joiners with me last week. That was fun. I know when I'm typically getting ready and I'm not filming because I usually tend to film more towards the evening. I love to have some kind of YouTube playing as I'm sitting down doing my makeup. Just for entertainment or even like background noise as I get ready. Just something to kind of check out as I go. Yet again, I didn't grab an eyeshadow primer. I'm thinking, like, is there one within arm's reach? I think it is. My Krylon. How could I forget that, right? So I jumped right into this. I got up earlier than I actually wanted to today, so I'm a little bit tired. And I did not put my tea or coffee on, but that is okay. We can grab it later since I am early. I'm just taking some Goof Proof Brow Pencil and just running it through my brow. Picking up the little sparse areas that the brow gel didn't grab up. And the brow gel does grasp on really well. It's just creating that arch a little bit more, defining it. And I like this one because it does have that angle on it, so I can get in there and sculpt out my brow how I want to. Just doing the same thing on the other side. I want to take a day to just search up a good list of non-copyright sounds and just create a nice playlist for background music. Cousins, not sisters, right? With these brows. And that's exactly why I like to take my concealers and just carve out yet another thing I failed to grab. I'm just going to use my Maracuja concealer, just a little as big. And the reason I carve my brows out this way is because I don't often get them waxed or tweezed. So I do have hairs that are growing out and are just kind of everywhere, to be honest. So I just use the concealer to just sharpen and conceal the stray hairs. It just gives it a cleaner look. And we are in between person like me that doesn't really get a ton of brow waxes and things like that. I kind of just leave my brows alone because it did take such a long time for my brows to grow back. I like to take care and take caution with them. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out. I don't want to be plucking out the hairs I just got, you know what I'm saying? Then I never worry about the extra stuff that is there when it comes to the concealer, because I know I can go in with a brush or a beauty blender and I can grab that up and clean it up. Just fixing my internet connection. We've got some rainy days going on over here. There we go. I think I need to start getting up and trying to either stretch, do some yoga, run, or read an interesting makeup article. Sometimes you just need something aside from caffeine to give you a bit of a jump start to your morning or an energy boost, because when we wake up in the morning, we just feel sluggish. Let's be honest. We feel sluggish, tired, slow to move, you know. And I feel like if you get up and you do something that you like, or something that's going to wake your body up, it's a little different. You can get going. Because I don't like feeling like that. I actually like feeling refreshed in the morning time. Like yesterday morning, I felt so refreshed. And I felt like I got a lot tackled within the first half of my day, which was nice. Okay, so now that I got my brow on, I always just go in, make sure everything's nice and neat. No stone left unturned here. And make sure everything's just nice and put together and in place. So we're going to move on. I think I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes first today. Now, as you guys seen, I grabbed my Kryolan eye concealer, my shadow primer. And I just put some on the back of my hand. And I just pop that baby in. Yeah, there is a bundle of all the large Pat McGrath palettes, and I think I'm going to go ahead and just treat myself for Christmas and get that one. I loved every single one. It was just, I couldn't pick one. And they are pricey, but she's worth it in my opinion, and I would just love to have them in my collection. I have some of her lipsticks, and I really enjoy them. And I don't get to wear them often when it's dealing with the work week with Tarte, or I want to showcase you guys things you can actually get at the fiction store. So I want to be fair, so you guys can actually go in and buy the stuff I'm showing you. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get a few of those products. So let's get into these colors. Let's get into some rusts, some neutrals. I got a couple of things. I got a little nice glitter from Graftobian. We'll do a little overspray with. So because this is a brand new palette, I know we used it last week. I am trying to use it every day because it is new in our brand. So let's see what I want to start off with. So first I'm just going to put a simple base down actually. Once I pick up my brush, I got a new set of Luxie brushes. They're being stubborn to come out. There we go. Alright, and this one is not ran down because it's new. This is the 229 Taper Blending Brush by Luxie Beauty. And I'm just going to go in with wall art really quickly and give myself a wash of color here. And I've got larger lid. I always point that out. I've got larger lid, which is why I can tend to start my crease shades much higher than someone with a smaller lid space. And when I do try to do the lower, just to kind of check out some trends, it just doesn't look right on my eye shape because I have way too much space on here to start way down here on my eye. So let's have to build it up. This, we're doing nothing special. This is simply just a wash of color here. Sometimes it just makes for a nice, soft, and easy blend when you're starting to use those more pearlescent shades, which we will be, because as I said, I was just shopping on Pat McGrath's website last night, and just her layout of colors were just inspiring. And I said, you know what? We're going to do some rust tomorrow for tomorrow's tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to take the same blending brush. I always have like a towel down here or something I can use to clean out color, clean up mess. And I'm just going to go right in with, let's do spin first. I'm going to go right in gently with the color spin here before I go down with my other rust shades. I'm going to take a little bit on the tip of this brush and just blend down. And just softly blend it out there. And I always tell people when I am doing a tutorial, don't worry if it gets down a little bit on your lid, because you can blend that off and you're going to be putting a different color down there anyway, so it's fine. And I always make sure I place my color where I want it, and then I blend it as I go. So it's giving ourselves less work to do. And we're also not panicking if we place a shade just not symmetrically or evenly. Especially when you're doing that stuff and you're on the camera. and you have this angle, you have your mirror angle, you have your other mirror angle. Sometimes they look different in each camera, in each mirror angle. So just softly went and blend that color span down. Now I'm actually going to go in and I'm going to use two of the same shades from Tarte, but they're different. One has a bit more richness to it, and I'm just going to layer them on top of each other. So I have my Chrome Pot from Tarte, and this one is one of my favorites that they make. It is the Fire Dancer, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and top it a little bit with graffiti here. But to help me out today, I'm going to use my Graftobian liquid that I use to mix and set things. And I'm going to take a flatter packing brush and do that. This one's a little bit flat for me, a little bit too small, should I say. So I'm going to take, I had another one over here that I'm very fond of when it comes to these kind of looks. Must have put her away. I did a lot of cleaning last night out here in the beauty studio. I want something really nice and flat. Go ahead and use this one here. So I always pour a little bit of my liquid solution into the top of the cap, and I set it down on my salutation. And what I do is dip my brush into it, which I can because this is my personal stuff. If not, what I would do is scrape some product out with a little palette scraper, like a metal spatula, and I'll put it down on the sanitation spatula. Then you can mix those colors on that tray. But since it's mine, I'm just going to go right in. You're doing this on someone else because it's not just about me doing makeup on my face. If you are working on someone else and you want some tips on metallics or mixing solutions, you want to make sure you're doing it the sanitized way on someone else's face. So I'm just taking that Fire Dancer, mixing it together with my solution, and I'm going to go ahead and just smooth it out. And I'm painting it back ways. And the reason I'm glad I picked this one is because the flatter top, I can go ahead and knead it at that crease I created and make it really nice and neat. I'm sure hoping to we come out with more shades of these Chrome Pots because they're so good. A really pretty orange would be awesome. Super vibrant green or blue. Got my little kitten crew here looking at me down below. Hi, honey. So the one thing about using the Graftobian mixing solution is that it does dry, which is excellent because it's going to stay on all day. But you do want to kind of work with it very gently and fast so that while you're blending, you can get it set in place and it won't set in the places you don't want it to. So I'm just going back in with spin, and all I'm doing is softly merging that together. Before I continue on. Okay, so I'm going to take another packing brush, something slightly larger, and I'm just going to go on into the inner corner of my eye with a more neutral shade. Let's see which one I want to grab up today. Like the kind of shades I'm playing around with. For inspiration. Kind of leaning towards the shade Flow. So I'm going to take a little bit of my liquid solution and I'm going to dip into Flow. Flow is more like a silver, but a neutral silver. It doesn't have that really chromatic silver we're used to. It's almost got a little bit of a green in it. So I'm going to take that and I'm just going to paint it backwards here. Because we're going to do more with that part of the lid too. And just pull those shades back. And taking my same blending brush and I'm just going to soften it out. Then we're going to dip back into our red and just clean it up a little bit because we're going to bring it down to the waterline as well. I'm going to do an overspray and some pretty glitter too. Just going to take some of the color out of my flat packing brush and dip it to graffiti. I'm not going to use any solution. Just going to pat a little bit over top. So before I move on to my overcolor on my overspread glitter, I'm going to go in with a more tapered blending brush. I'm going to take my solution, of course, from Graftobian, and I'm going to dip back into my Fire Dancer Chrome Pop from Tarte. And I'm just going to go under and I'm going to smudge out. Now from there, all you gotta do is clean this color right out on your little station here. I love a towel I can throw in the wash and get everything out. I was using like paper towels and things before that, and I'm like, I'm wasting a lot when I can reuse what I have. So all I'm doing now is taking a drop of that solution, going back into Flow, the same color that's on the top of our lids, and I'm going to smudge it through. We are going to incorporate another shade as well from Inkblot into this eye look. Sometimes color will build up a little bit in that corner. So we have these colors pushed together how we want them. I'm just going to take the tip of it, no solution this time, go back into spin, and I'm just going to take the same color we have blended out on top there, and then we'll blend it on the bottom lash line. Just smudge that part out and diffuse it a little bit. Now I like to go, take my fluffier brush and just soften it. And just do that nice little circular motions. Just like that. So, the next thing I'm going to do, clean out this packing shade. Actually, I'm going to go in with this brush because it's a little bit cleaner. I'm dipping into my Graftobian solution again. But now what I'm doing is picking up my opalescent glitter pot from Graftobian here. Pretty glitter here. And I'm going to dip right into that, and I'm just going to pull some of that pretty soft glitter onto my lid here. You guys see the glitter? How pretty that is? So we're almost done here with the eyes as far as shadow goes. We're going to add another really pretty green, kind of rusty shift of color into this look. And I'm going to add it in two different places. I'm going to go in with a Inglot single, again, a pure shadow. Can't remember the number of the shade. Dip into my Laptopia Mixing and Lining Liquid. It's such a pretty shade. I'm just breaking down that color a little bit with the liquid. And you'll see how pretty that is. And I'm popping it in to the crease just a little bit in the middle, towards the middle, where the color Flow and Fire Dancer meet. Just popping it right in the center there and overlapping it just a little bit. And I'm doing this without covering up all the work that we've done prior. Just taking the very tip of that same brush, that same blending brush, just running it down to the middle so everything is nice and cohesive on the bottom lash line. And that's that with the eyes. The glitter is just as faint, and that's what I wanted it. I wanted it. That's what I wanted. I didn't want it to be super glittery today. And you don't want to go to Adore and somebody love what you have on. I mean, I can send them to the fiction store, which I'm proud to do. But when they're in Tarte, I can't, if I don't have this glitter, I don't want it to be so prominent, and I can't sell it to them. I would feel bad. So now we're just going to move on to complexion. We have our primer on already. I'm just going right back in with my Tan Maracuja Concealer. Go under the eyes. You go around the nose where I get a little sensitive, just the slightest bit of redness around there. I'm going to go ahead and blend that out, and then we're going to move on to our foundation. How could I forget to put my lip balm on too? This is the Jack Black Intense Therapy Lip Balm, grapefruit and ginger, and it has SPF 25 in it. So I usually put it on at the very beginning, so I don't know what I was thinking. So we'll just let that sit while we work on complexion. I have my damp beauty sponge from Tarte, and it has this nice little square angle. And I like that because I can go in and blend out my concealer under my eye. And really reach those little areas that I can't get with the fat side of the Booty Blenders. Blendy Blendy. I like this sponge too because it's like has a firmness to it, but not so firm you feel like you can't work with it. And as you see, it gets huge. That's a marking on it that I put there so I know it's mine because I have so many. Okay, so we got our concealer on. I'm just going in, and sure enough that I didn't grab my powder. Going in, I'm sorry about that. I'm going in with my Face Atelier foundation. This one you can also pick up from the Fiction Pro store. I am in the shade Caramel in their foundation. This is the Ultra Foundation, and I love it because even though it says it's Ultra Foundation, it's wonderful coverage. It is so pretty on the skin. And I usually just take my product on the back of my hand and go ahead and warm it up a little bit and put little skin tone polka dots all over the face, and whatever's left I'll just pop it on top of a beauty sponge or a brush, whatever I'm choosing to use for that day, and I'll blend out. So like this, I'll just go, whoop, take it off, wipe it off, it's not stuck on my hand, and I'll start blending. This is another reason I like this end of this sponge, because I can get the foundation around my brows that I've already carved out and concealed. But we still need the colors to meet with our foundation shade. Then I get around that nose area. Touch up any concealer. Make sure I got everything covered. So we got our complexion. See what I mean? How it's just beautiful. It's full coverage, but it gives your skin that skin look. And that's what I love about a foundation. That's what I love about Face Atelier foundations. Just beautiful. So we have that, and I'm just going to go ahead. I don't know what's made me come back full circle to Airspun loose face powder, but I did, and I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and set my face with that. Yeah, she's just been a grab up lately. She's just been a powder. I've been falling back in love with. I'm so excited about this eye makeup. I'm just looking at it like, yes. So that's why I love the England shades. So I'm all set. I powder it up because your girl is really oily. I just am. Just gonna pop the lid on her. Pop the lid on everything else too. And I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly contour as I always do for a day at work with Tarte. And I'm going in with my Hotel Heiress. This is a matte and waterproof bronzer. And I'm just going to take our contouring and bronzing brush dip into it, and I just like a nice light contour. Nice and subtle for the day. And always blend up and out, almost like I'm sweeping it upwards for my face shape. Just bringing a little bit of that down the forehead. And see, this is why I'll take the other side of the brush, this cleaner when I'm contouring, and I'll use it to just soften. If I feel like it's a little bit too harsh of a contour and I don't want it, I'll just soften that area down a little bit. So I'm just gonna go in now with some blush, and I'm gonna use the Blush Book Belongs to Target book. It's so cute, the little composition books. And let's see, for this look, that's really pretty actually. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a bronze and a neutral mixture. I think what I'm gonna do is mix Homecoming here, that pretty bronze shade, with Teen Spirit. And I'm gonna pop that on the cheeks because I think that would be really pretty. I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out. I really like that color mixed together as a blush. I'm glad I didn't put that eyeshadow palette away because I'm actually going to use it as a highlighter, one of the shadows. So I got my blush stippled in and pulled upward. Just put my brush back, and I'm going to go and use highlighter. Just from the same palette. Let's see. You know what would be a really pretty highlighter? Mic drop and sway. Kind of pushed together, mixed together, if you will. More sway than mic drop, but let's see what that looks like. Let's experiment. And that's gorgeous. And I tell people you can definitely use eyeshadows and blushes and things like that from your palettes as highlighters. Makeup is so versatile. And it's beautiful together. It made a soft, like warm tangerine kind of highlight when you mix the two shades together against my skin tone. Because the pink wasn't going to do enough, and then the orange would be perfect, but with my eye look, I didn't want just a straight golden orange highlighter. Then I'm using this kind of brush because it is an eyeshadow and it's easy to blend that way. You know, I do just a little bit of the bridge of my nose, not a whole ton. And that's it. Okay, so let's pop on the lip and some mascara, and we are all set and ready for our day. So I'm going to go ahead and use one of my Tarte Minis. This is in the shade Envy. We do sell them full size, and I'm just going to give my lips a slight line with our Later Gram lip liner. And it's just more of a nice warm nude. So I think this lip goes perfectly with this eye. It's not too deep, it's not too cool toned. And that's what I wanted. And I'm just going in with good old tried and true Lights Camera Lashes mascara. I'm just going to give my lashes some love and lift here. And you see I like to rake them up at the roots and then wiggle them outward so I can get every lash, help to separate and make sure the roots are nice and dark. I swirl it out so I'm not pumping any air into that container. And then just coat those bottom lashes. I'm always complaining about how they need some love and some lift as well. The difference that makes is everything. I've got a hungry kitten just lurking around the film studio, so I'm glad I'm almost done. And we are all done. That's everything. That is our full look. We've got our nice brush tones in. We've got our neutrals in. We are ready to conquer the day and have a good Friday. And this is my look. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys, if you do watch it later, that you go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Put your notifications on so you can know when we are posting and what's going on as far as everything at Multimedia Makeup Academy, Fiction Store, etc. And enjoy your weekend, guys. We're getting closer and closer and closer to Christmas and New Year's and all the fun. So, have a good day, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.